Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So leaks about the Falcon and a Winter Soldier are not stopping any soon. And now we have a complete description of the first episode from Reddit. The source is really strong because from the exact same source we already got a lot of news about Marvel in the past and they were proved to be true in future. Spoiler warning if in case everything is true. Before going into the details, if you haven't subscribed to my channel and you are a Marvel fan, do consider subscribing to my channel because that's what we mostly talk about here. So this is how the leak goes. A few things I know from the episode of the show I saw today. Sam isn't allowed to be Cap because of the events of Civil War but trusts US agent to take over the mantle. US agent genuinely wants to do a good job and doesn't realize he's a part of bigger plan. Sam and Bucky have to work with Zemo to track down a crime syndicate called Alchemists. Zemo is essentially their hostage but he has vital information. They go to Madripoor with him and they meet Batroc the Leaper and Omega Red. There were other characters that camera lingered on that might have been Easter eggs but I didn't recognize them. Felt like Cantina scene but in MCU. Overall the show feels a lot like Winter Soldier and the Mission Impossible movies. Agent 13 and Bucky seem to have romance, very flirty vibes. Sam judges Bucky for it and Bucky says Steve dated her like a 70 years ago. Made me laugh. William Hurt is in the show, at least in this one episode, seemed to reference events of Black Widow, not sure. Zemo escapes from them in a speedboat to the end of episode. So this leak, even though it seems correct, but I think it's not true. This leak actually covers everything we already knew about Falcon and a Winter Soldier show. We had already leaks about Omega Red, US agent and Zemo. The only thing new in this leak is probably Agent 13 and Bucky's romance. So let's break the leak down considering if it's true. So it's really obvious that Sam isn't allowed to be new Cap because of the events of Civil War. Even though he dusted and came back, but it doesn't change the fact that he was fugitive for 2 years. But he trusts US agent to take over the mantle of Captain America. That's a little bit new because we thought he was going to be villain or anti-hero in the show. But he genuinely wants to do a good job. And if he does good job and becomes new Captain America, then it's perfect. Then there would be no need of Sam taking mantle of Captain America from US agent. And that is kind of against basic plot of show. So US agent have to be a kind of bad guy. And then later the leak says Sam and Bucky have to work with Zemo to track down crime syndicate called Alchemists. This might not be true because Zemo is currently in prison and General Ross and US government has the authority to bring him out of prison, and neither Sam or Bucky have the authority to bring him out of prison. So they have to break him out of prison, and that will be against Sam becoming Captain America. And according to leak, William Hurt is also in the show and we already knew that. Marvel is setting up Thunderbolts and he is really necessary for it. Now let's talk about Omega Red. According to this leak, Omega Red is in the show. The chances of Omega Red being in the show are really high because we have already seen Red Guardian in MCU. Their origins in comics are kind of same. They both are part of Super Soldier program of Russia. In comics, Omega Red actually joined Russian army and he served the army for some time. But he continued his crime despite being part of army. He started to prey on young children, especially young girls that he kidnapped and killed. After his crimes were discovered, he was executed by Red Army. But he was saved by his mutant powers and then he was transferred to Super Soldier program where they were trying to replicate Captain America. He escaped before he could be used in the program. He went to Europe and continued his crimes but he was eventually arrested by Sean Cassidy. He thought he sent him to prison but he was transferred again to Super Soldier program and then experiments were done on him and he became Omega Red. Soviet government implanted several cybernetic enhancements that made him much more powerful. So this was the origin of Omega Red in comics and it's really similar to origin of Red Guardian. So there is a big possibility that he could be introduced into the show. And this will tie in perfectly with the events of Black Widow movie. And Kevin Feige actually said that Black Widow will be setting up Marvel Phase 4. And it looks like it does in this way. We all thought maybe Kevin Feige was raising hype for the movie but it looks like that it was true what he said. So that that's it for today. Hopefully you liked the video. Do tell me in comment section about this. See you in the next one. Till then, bye.